Welcome to the periodic table. How do I figure out the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons in an atom? Learning with the Boys and Girls Club. Let's get started.
And now, ASAP Science presents the elements of the periodic table.
There's hydrogen and helium, then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon everywhere, nitrogen all through the air with oxygen so you can breathe, and fluorine for your pretty teeth, neon to light up the signs, sodium for salty times,
Magnesium,
aluminium, silicon,
phosphorus,
then sulfur, chlorine, then argon,
potassium,
and calcium so you'll grow strong,
scandium,
titanium, vanadium, and chromium, and manganese. This is the periodic table, no gas is stable, halogens and alkyl react aggressively. Each period will see new outer shells while electrons are added, moving to the right. Iron is the 26th, then cobalt, nickel coins you get, copper, zinc, and gallium, germanium, and arsenic, selenium, and bromine film, while krypton helps light up your room, rubidium, and strontium, then yttrium, zirconium,
niobium,
molybdenum, technetium,
ruthenium,
rhodium, palladium,
silverware,
then cadmium and indium,
tin cans,
antimony, then tellurium, and iodine, and xenon, and then cesium, and barium is 56, and this is where the table splits, where lanthanides have just begun, lanthanum, cerium, and praseodymium. Neodymium's next to promethium, then 62, samarium, europium, gadolinium, and terbium, dysprosium, holmium, erbium, thulium, ytterbium, lutetium, hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, then we're on to rhenium, osmium, and iridium, platinum, gold to make you rich till you grow old, mercury to tell you when it's really cold,
thallium,
and lead, then bismuth for your tummy,
polonium,
astatine would not be yummy,
radon,
francium will last a little time,
radium,
then actinides at 89. This is the periodic table, noble gas is stable, halogens and alkali react aggressively. Each period will see new outer shells while electrons are to the right. Actinium, thorium, protactinium, uranium, neptunium, plutonium, americium, curium, berkelium, californium, isonium, fermium, and olevium, nobelium, lawrencium, rutherfordium, wm, sprigium, boreum, hesium, meitnerium, dubsinium, rhenium, copernicium, nihonium, flerovium, moscovium, livermorium, tennessine, and oganesson, and then we're done.
So what do you need for this video? Your thinking cap, a periodic table if you have one. If you don't, that's okay. We'll provide one for what you need to learn throughout the video. Pencil and paper if you have one. If you don't, that's okay too. So come on in and let's get learning. Our objectives today are to understand how do I figure out the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons in an atom. An atomic number, that's the number on top. And an element symbol, that's the big letters in the middle. An element name, well, that's pretty much common sense. That's the word that's spelled out. An atomic mass, that's the number at the bottom. Number of protons, that's the number at the top. Number of neutrons plus the number of protons, that's the number at the bottom. How many protons are in one atom of lithium? That is the number at the top. That's protons. How many electrons are in one atom of lithium? That's the same number as protons. So there's 3. How many neutrons are in one atom of lithium? Well, that is taking 6.941, rounding that up to 7 because 0.9 means round up. So 7 protons and neutrons minus 3 protons leaves us 4 neutrons. So there are 4 neutrons. A model of a lithium atom. Okay, so how many protons are in one atom of magnesium? 12. There are 12 protons in one atom of magnesium. So how many electrons are there? We know there are also 12. So how many neutrons are there? We know that if there are 24.305, the 0.3 means we round. That means we keep it at 24. That's right. So 24 minus 12 leaves us 12 neutrons. Very good. How many protons are in one atom of mercury? 80. How many electrons? Also 80. And how many neutrons in one atom of mercury? If it's 200.59, it would be 201. Very good. Minus 80 gives us 121. Very, very good. Okay, let's practice. Pause the video and tell me, how do I figure out the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons in an atom? If you said the protons and electrons are always the same and the neutrons are found by subtracting the atomic mass by the number of protons, you are correct. Very good. Let's move on. I would like for you to practice again by calculating the number of protons, electrons, and neutrons for an atom in each of these elements, but we'll do one at a time. Let's do carbon first. Calculate the protons, electrons, and neutrons for carbon. All right, if you said that 12 minus 6 equals 6, so there are 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons, you are correct. Very good. Okay, time to do chlorine. Pause your video. All right, if you said 35 minus 17 equals 18, 17 protons, 17 electrons, and 18 neutrons, you are correct. All right, time to do potassium. Pause the video. If you said 39 minus 19 is 20, so 19 protons, 19 electrons, and 20 neutrons. Very good. Okay, let's practice. Calculate the number of protons, electrons, and neutrons for an atom of silver. Pause the video. All right, if you said 108 minus 47 equals 61, you are correct. 47 protons, 47 electrons, and 61 neutrons for silver. Let's practice for lead. Protons, electrons, and neutrons. Pause the video. If you said 207 minus 82 is 125, you are correct. 82 protons, 82 electrons, and 125 neutrons for lead. Awesome! You calculated the number of protons, electrons, and neutrons for an atom of carbon, chlorine, potassium, silver, and lead. This is just one more video for the periodic table. You can find awesome videos under the Boys and Girls Club. We'll continue learning in our next video.
And now, ASAP Science presents the elements of the periodic table.
There's hydrogen and helium, then lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon everywhere, nitrogen all through the air with oxygen so you can breathe, and fluorine for your pretty teeth, neon to light up the signs, sodium for salty times,
Magnesium,
aluminium, silicon,
phosphorus,
then sulfur, chlorine, and argon,
potassium,
and calcium so you'll grow strong,
scandium,
titanium, vanadium, and chromium, and manganese. This is the periodic table, noble gases stable, halogens and alkyl react aggressively. Each period will see new outer shells while electrons are added, moving to the right. Iron is the 26th, then cobalt, nickel coins you get, copper, zinc, and gallium, germanium, and arsenic, selenium, and bromine film, while krypton helps light up your room, rubidium, and strontium, then yttrium, zirconium,
niobium,
molybdenum, technetium,
ruthenium,
rhodium, palladium,
silverware,
then cadmium and indium,
tin cans,
antimony, then tellurium, and iodine, and xenon, and then cesium, and barium is 56, and this is where the table splits, where lanthanides have just begun, lanthanum, cerium, and praseodymium. Neodymium's next to promethium, then 62, samarium, europium, gadolinium, and terbium, dysprosium, holmium, erbium, thulium, ytterbium, lutetium, hafnium, tantalum, tungsten, then we're on to rhenium, osmium, and iridium, platinum, gold to make you rich till you grow old, mercury to tell you when it's really cold,
thallium,
and lead, then bismuth for your tummy,
polonium,
astatine would not be yummy,
radon,
francium will last a little time,
radium,
then actinides at 89. This is the periodic table, noble gases stable, halogens and alkali react aggressively. Each period will see new outer shells while electrons are to the right. Actinium, thorium, protactinium, uranium, neptunium, plutonium, americium, curium, berkelium, californium, isonium, fermium, and olevium, nobelium, lawrencium, rutherfordium, wm, sprigium, borium, hesium, pneumatium, dubsidium, rhenium, copernicium, nihonium, flerovium, moscovium, livermorium, tennessine, and oganesson, and then we're done.
Look for other lessons such as how heat changes the temperature of objects, cool periodic table, real life stuff, what silly putty was really for, and why it all really matters. See you soon.